You would think that you could hire your neighbor who lives right beside you to do your house, providing he's a contractor.
I am extremely angry. My neighbor treated me and treat me wrong.
Obviously, he doesn't care enough because I'm here and he's not. That is unacceptable. You can be fined $50,000.
My mom has been living like a prisoner.
Not even a rat should live this way.
She's almost lost herself in this whole process.
So remember I talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly?
He's the ugly.
He's the ugly. I'm taking this show to a whole new level. This fan-favorite episode of Holmes Makes It Right has been retooled. I'll take a deeper dive into construction issues and provide you, the viewers, with even more valuable and pragmatic takeaway, as well as never-before-seen footage. So let's make it right. Nice to meet you, Lali.
See? She's a hugger.
I'll get a hug, too.
I'm a hugger, too.
Oh, good bud.
Imagine everyone knows you in the neighborhood. And then a contractor moves next door. And he's been here for 7 years, and he's a nice guy, and he's fixing little things around the house, and they get to like each other. And all of a sudden, Lali hires the contractor to do a new kitchen. And 13 months later, there's no kitchen. I noticed your fridge is at the front door.
My fridge, okay, my fridge and my freezer.
Kitchen table.
Kitchen table is here, my stove is in the garage, and my dishwasher
This is usually not the spot for your kitchen table.
Typically, we have flowers.
Let's take a look at your kitchen.
Let's go.
Okay, come back, I show you my kitchen that I've been living in all 13, 14 months. In April, he came in and he ripped it apart.
About 3 months, it stayed like that, completely bare with the beams exposed.
This is supposed to be my kitchen.
Huh, interesting. So tell me about this. I mean, I heard it was around $26,000 he was charged. That's correct?
Yes.
He was charging $26,000. He was gonna knock down this wall, okay?
Well, it doesn't look like it's down.
No, my real estate agent told me that everybody should have a separate kitchen, a separate dining room, and I should knock down the wall. So I said, okay, I don't want the wall knocked down anymore. So I said, okay, he'll reduce the price to $18,000.
You do realize that's $8,000 he's reduced it by, which is a very large amount to take down that small wall. How much did you give him down?
$11,000.
Okay, so for
So I'm
11,
out of pocket $11,000. Nothing done.
he took the kitchen out, which was probably a very small amount of cabinets, we
That's
assume right
right.
here.
It was in this area.
He put a scratch coat down on the floor, which we haven't been recommended to do this for 20 years.
Yeah.
Just had the tile laid, and he hasn't been back since, which was how long ago, a month?
This was, about a month ago.
Okay, and he hasn't been back since. So what's he telling you? Like, I'm not coming back?
Excuses. We totally blindly trusted him. We didn't even...
He was a nice guy.
We didn't even
He was.
ask, like...
He was very nice.
Anything.
Is he still nice?
She will say yes, and I will say no.
I don't talk to him anymore. I come in, I will see them on the driveway, and I just come straight into my garage, lock my garage door, and come in my house.
I would like to know the difference between your neighbor breaking into your house and stealing everything or taking your money from not doing the job that he promised to do. Is there a difference there? One's theft, right? For sure, that's theft. But isn't the other one theft? He didn't come back to finish it.
When we said, we're gonna sue you, like, we're gonna take some legal action, he said, oh, just stand in line, you know? I was at court last week and lost, and when she gets paid, then you'll get paid.
He's done this so many times. He's gone to court, he's lost, and he doesn't pay it. And they have to hire a lawyer to bring him back to pay it out, and he knows this.
Tanya asked him, why on earth do you treat my mom this way? And he said, you know, Tanya, it's because your mom is a nice lady, and I leave your job to do another person's job who kept bugging me all the time. I said, but that's not right. That's not right.
So, let's see. He's bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, possible. I'm gonna say 10 sheets of drywall for the hell of it. At 10 sheets of drywall, he spent about $120.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit of thin set, so out-of-pocket expenses. He's gonna talk about lights. You got lights here?
Yeah,
I paid for the
I don't see
pot
lights. Oh, you bought the pot lights.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's out of pocket $200. And you gave him how much?
11,000. We didn't realize, when you put it that way, we feel really stupid.
You let me feel
I don't want
so
you to feel
ashamed of my
stupid.
stupid self.
I don't want you to feel ashamed. This is how this thing works when you're dealing with someone that doesn't know enough or care enough. And obviously he doesn't care enough because I'm here and he's not.
Yeah.
I'm here and he's not. I've said this way too many times over the years. So what were the red flags in this situation? Lali hired her next door neighbor. That was her first mistake. I understand he's a contractor, but I strongly advise homeowners not to hire friends, neighbors, or even their relatives. It just makes the situation more difficult to deal with when issues come up, and they will. Mistake number 2, if the contractor asks for a huge lump sum of cash up front, turn and walk away. Contractors shouldn't ask for more than 10% down to start a renovation. This amount covers the demo, the disposal bin, and the contractor's time for setup. After that, there should be a payment schedule based on the contractor hitting certain milestones. And as I've said 1,000 times before, if the price sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. If you think a pro's expensive, wait until you hire an amateur.
I was trying to light a fire under her to get her to bother him about it, and I would go over and talk to him about it, and then she would say, stop bothering him.
We
You know,
were
you have
fighting
to
all
be
the time.
understanding. He's in a difficult situation. And I just decided, you know what, you don't want my input, and I ended up moving out.
I call it divorce dust. I don't care if it's husband and wife or mother and daughter. It's the same thing. They start picking on each other. I should have done this. You should have done that. She moved out of the house because of this. I get it. It's what happens. Whose fault is it? The contractor. We have electrical hanging out of the floor. That's a dishwasher line right there, I can tell.
Yes.
I mean, look at, okay, this one's on the floor live. This one's not only live right there in the box, the switch was on, which makes that live. What if they touch? That is unacceptable. Do you know you can be fined $50,000 by ESA, Electrical Safety Authority, because this is your house, and you're letting somebody play with electrical without getting a permit. If someone got hurt in this house, like a child got shocked and had to go to the hospital, or someone died from touching this electrical, all hell breaks loose when someone gets hurt. As long as no one gets hurt, it's only money, right? Unacceptable.
I feel that my neighbor abused me and cheated me and treat me wrong. And I don't think I deserve it.
Your door's backwards.
This
That is not the way to put in a door. Okay.
I can't believe that.
For years and never
You,
noticed
you see the bottom sill?
That is
That's an exterior part of your door.
oh
So
my
that should be on the outside.
Yes.
That's a professional guy put my door in, he put the
Yes.
windows in also.
Let me show you something else. That just
my
might surprise you.
gosh.
You have this, we'll call it lean-to over top of it.
Yeah.
Look at all the mold you have.
Yeah.
At least it's protecting the door from driving rain, because if you have that driving rain, it's gonna come right in all these holes, okay?
Oh.
Right in the bottom track, because the bottom track runs downward inside where it's supposed to run downward outside. Not to mention,
My gosh.
if I was a thief, all I need is a little tiny screwdriver and a hammer, because I'm just gonna come right up to your door, and I'm gonna knock your pins out. Knock your pins out, and I'm gonna pull the door open this way and go inside your house.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Just so scary knowing that now when my mom's there by herself, how easy it was for somebody to come in. It's terrifying.
Okay, because he's touched that wall, that wall, that wall, that ceiling, that wall, I'm taking all of that down to see what he's done. If he was a really good guy, you would think after 13 months he'd find time here and there to come in and finish it.
As I said, I leave it in your hands.
Well, this time you're actually in good hands, because I am a man of my word. Okay, so let's get our gloves, our masks, our helmets, and let's do this safely, okay?
Okay, guys, let's get the plywood down for a bin over here. Let's get the plastic up in the doorways, and we'll get the blue down on the ground.
With taking the wall down.
Yeah.
I'm talking about bringing the island right around with bar stools on the other side.
Right.
Okay?
As I said, I leave it in your hands.
Good job on setting this up. This is fantastic. I love the way you've tarped everything off. So I'm curious about a few things. This used to be a smaller door or an open window in the wall. He's taken down the drywall here, taking it down here. So anything he's touched, I want to take down and look at. I want to see why he's opened this.
I figured.
I want to see why he's dropped the drywall on all 3 walls, which doesn't make sense to me, considering he didn't redo the electrical. We are going to move this wall out, because the idea is we're just gonna have a nice ramp run that's gonna come across. We're gonna have a peninsula here, open concept into the main dining room. So let's suit up and let's pick spots. Ceiling, 2 walls, 3 walls, 4 walls.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, let's do it, boys.
Let's start on the floor over there, please. Let's start ripping up this mesh.
Watch out, guys. Sharp. Coming through.
Pigeon, watch your back, bud. You guys should never be able to rip this up that easy.
Okay, well, we've done a lot of floors with this, and this is probably the easiest one we've done so far.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna make short work for us today.
You know what? I'm glad this guy never finished the floor. It would have cracked for sure.
You'll notice there's no mortar on the back of the tiles that are being pulled up. Applying a thin set mortar to the backs of the tile is called back buttering. It takes more time to do this, but there are many benefits. The mortar fills in any depressions on the back of the tile, and it gives you a nice even surface to work with. This will allow 100% adhesion from the tile to the underlayment, making it very strong. By taking the time to back butter, tiles won't come loose or crack over time.
Look at that, I salvaged one. That's what you get for not back buttering.
Okay. See right here? Somebody's added this afterwards, because if you see the box here, has got the plastic from the outside. Actually, it does not. Okay, so the guy takes the drywall down. We see the insulation, we see the vapor barrier, the electrical. He's gonna put it all back up, and he's gonna move the kitchen around and not move the electrical, right?
Right.
So if he sees there's no vapor barrier in behind this box, there's no vapor barrier in behind this box, there's no vapor barrier in behind this box, he's put this beam in. This is newer wood. I don't know if he did this. He's got this wood, it's probably from someone's deck, and kept it. Look at the beam itself. Does it appear to be intimate to the top? Problem that I'm seeing, the floor joist does come down, so when he's put his beam in, it's not tight up against it enough.
These two are high, they're holding it up, but you're right.
So here's what we're gonna do. Since we know we're gonna pull the door, we know we're actually going to change the electrical. Let's pull the vapor barrier, pull the insulation, and then we'll prep to redo this. Is there ever not a surprise? Let's be serious. Come on now. Is it just the kitchen when you got electrical issues, minor structural issues? I looked at the hallway and I thought, you know, how's this kitchen gonna work and tie down? Pull it up. Let's go new, all the way.
That way I could bring the tile right into the kitchen.
Which means new baseboard, new.
How do you feel?
This is a small job. I'm okay with that.
Okay, so now that we screwed the whole floor down, I need you to do some Irish dancing here to see if there's any bounce.
Oh, yeah, it's better already. I did the deep potatoes.
You would think that you could hire your neighbor who lives right beside you to do your house, providing he's a contractor. Pro guys don't say, I'm gonna pull your cabinets out, then we're gonna design it, then we're gonna get the cabinets. It doesn't work that way. You work together with the right people, you design it. When it's ready, you take it apart, redo it, put it back together.
Because timing is everything.
Timing is everything. Well, the kitchen is down.
That door's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's not the way to install a door. Yeah, we got a lot of mold here. I'm wondering if we just pull off the sheathing and redo it all.
Well, my initial observation is it's way too low of a slope for shingles, like we see time and time again.
Yeah.
So you see all the nails, the shingle nails are rusted. You can see there's leaks like continuously throughout, like from top to bottom.
What would you do?
Well, it's got to be resheeted. There's a lot of mold on the plywood, so sheet it and treat it like a flat roof.
So just torch down?
Yep. Well, it's just a lack of slope. I mean, it's only going to be a problem again and again in the future, right?
Now, how many times I got to say this? Read directions. On the bag of shingles, it says minimum pitch. And it tells you, we want to see a 412 pitch. For every 12 foot of length, it's 4 foot of height. That's a minimum slope we want a shingle. That's about maybe not even a 112 pitch. Don't use shingles, use a flat roof product.
You ready?
Yeah.
Going for this one right here, okay?
I'm nowhere near it. I'm slightly closer to it.
Okay, so I'll do this one next, okay?
Good.
Timber! There. Okay, screw it down. Next sheet. Okay, that's what I want to see. Look how fast we got that down, boys and girls. Woo-wee! Last piece. Then we can start detouring this floor, continue down the hallway with the plywood, okay? Now, you can tell a homeowner did this. This wasn't a contractor that did this. This was a guy with a few beers putting a deck together. All their spans are different. There's nothing 16-inch on center, and that's why the whole thing's a little wobbly. So is it dangerous? Absolutely not, but we got to strengthen it up. It's summertime. They're going to be having barbecues back here, so we're going to do our part, just strengthen the whole thing up and bring it back up to code. We're going to be adding some bolts. We're going to be adding some lateral structure to the whole thing and make it a lot more rigid and sturdy.
While we're working on the flat roof section of Lali's home that won't have shingles, it's a good time to talk about the entire roof system of houses in general. The roof is part of the building envelope, meaning it separates the outside from the inside. The roof underlayment is a waterproof membrane that is applied over the sheathing and under the shingles. It provides an added layer of protection against rain, moisture, wind, snow, and ice. Unfortunately, in many cases, this membrane is only positioned 3 to 6 feet up from the gutters, around the perimeter of your roof. As far as I'm concerned, the underlayment is necessary over the entire roof. And yes, this will cost more money and time, but think about the long-term gains. If shingles start to deteriorate and fly off with the wind, the underlayment will provide an added layer of protection over the sheathing. Even if shingles remain intact, water can get through them and it sits on the sheathing. So what is the sheathing made of? It's made of wood. Wood is porous. It will soak up any water until it gets completely saturated. Then the water will drip through the seams of the sheathing, leading to leaks and rot and mold in your home. This will cause much more costly and extensive structural damage. Also, when roofers attach shingles to your house, they use thousands of nails. Each nail is a point of entry for water. The underlayment adheres to the nails, so there are no holes or gaps in the membrane. Again, more protection. Roof underlayment is that layer that can't be seen, but it's really doing a lot of the heavy lifting, protecting your home.
Well, the guy got halfway there. He put joist hangers in, which is a huge thing. However, he just used a standard decking screw. It's a 3-inch deck screw, and some of them are 1.5-inch decking screws, which you'd use for fence boards. We're gonna replace them with a hex head number 10 engineered screw. It's gonna support this, and it's gonna be the way it's supposed to be.
Ride the wave. Woo! Hard work, baby.
All right, now we can have fun again. All right.
Nice wave, by the way.
In all the years, I've never seen a neighbor contractor screw his neighbor in a kitchen.
Thanksgiving, nothing done. Christmas come, nothing done.
And 13 months later, there's no kitchen.
I said, what's going on with my kitchen? I need my kitchen. Not even a rat should live this way.
I want Lali to be more comfortable in her home, you know, without being reminded of that stress from the next door neighbor. So I got my guys to come up with a couple of ideas and solutions to make the backyard more comfortable and private.
So let's get some plants, let's get some garden beds around here. I'm actually thinking to do some nice tall pear trees.
Awesome, buddy. I think it's gonna look great.
Now, since we're doing a row of trees for a hedge, even within the trees, you want to look for, like a hedge, you want to look for the consistency. So we're just turning the trees just to get the most width out of the foliage at the top, so we can get some fullness to it.
So we're installing our fireproofing underlayment. So the old roof was a shingle roof on a low slope, which allowed water to get underneath and rot out the plywood. They removed that, resheeted the deck. I'm gonna install my protection board and then start putting a flat roof on it.
We're getting pretty lucky here. We've had a good couple days of weather. We got our post in. Now we're able to continue on our fence. We picked cedar for this backyard. It's a lot nicer look. It's a good wood. Naturally, it'll last longer. It's got its own natural preservatives, unlike pressure treated with chemicals and whatnot. It's a lot nicer of a finish. It's gonna match the deck nicely, which we're gonna skirt all in cedar and clean up. Be really nice.
The good thing about these pot lights that Mike's gonna like, these are gonna be LED pot lights. And the way Mike always says, bugs do not like LED, the light it gives off. They're not attracted to it. So hopefully, by putting LEDs out here, the homeowners can enjoy the deck and not worry about mosquitoes and all that surrounding them.
Now, I know it's no secret that I love LED lights. I try to use them everywhere, in my home, my garage, and on every job. They're extremely energy efficient. They use at least 75% less energy than conventional bulbs. They emit almost no heat, which reduces the risk of fire and burns. They last about 25,000 to 50,000 hours on average, which is much longer than any other bulb. LED bulbs are really sturdy, which means they don't break easily. They don't contain mercury, have almost no UV emissions, and are recyclable. Win, win, win. Can you tell that I kind of like LED lights? So the homeowner had another company come in and put in all new windows and doors. You ever seen a door installed backwards like that?
Yes, actually, I have.
So how many times for you?
Well, 2 times in my lifetime.
That's not a lot, right?
That's
That means there's only a few dummies out there.
There's more than a few.
Yeah, I know.
That's actually it's the sad part.
That is just ridiculous. Every time I look at that door, you know, it makes me chuckle. We'll take the door and do a new door, and we'll give this to Habitat or something.
Sounds great to me.
I can't figure out whether or not they put the door in backwards or the house is actually built on the wrong side of the box.
Okay, right now we're just dry fitting the door to see everything fits in place, which it does. The previous door and most traditional doors, to get ventilation, you have to go down practically on your knees and lift up door. And if you didn't hold onto latches, it could fall in your hands. This door right now, with a camera, you simply unlock it, it glides up on its own practically. Simple ease. It's great for tall people like me, I love it. And also the elderly people, they don't have to put force on themselves. And the best part of it all, hinges are on the inside.
Order a bucket and tile.
I'm starting to see progress, so, you know, that's good, but it's just not fast enough. Lali's been without a kitchen for over a year now. That's unacceptable. I've had my kitchen guy, Daniel, in to measure for all the cabinets, but we've got a lot of work to do before he can install them. We need to finish laying the tiles. To do it right, it takes time. Then, of course, we have to grout it. We have spray foam coming to insulate the exterior walls. And once the spray foam is done, we can put up the drywall, get a coat of mud on it. Then Daniel can put in his cabinets.
Mr. Daniel.
Yes, sir.
How are you, buddy?
Good, and you?
You got your bases and everything looks fantastic. This is looking good.
Yeah.
You like the tiles?
Beautiful.
The tiles are nice.
I love it. The color?
Yeah, and it's gonna match
It's a good
really
choice.
nicely with your cabinets. Thank you, buddy. It looks
Thank you, sir.
really, really good.
Thank you very much.
All that my mom has, her kitchen consists of basically a toaster oven on a dining room chair and her kettle beside it. I feel like things are happening and things are gonna get done. She hasn't had a boiled egg in like 13 months, which I think is crazy.
This is supposed to be my kitchen.
It's hard, especially now that I'm in my own house, be in my house and be cooking and knowing that she's, I hate talking about this kind of stuff, because she's living here and she can't make herself breakfast. She can't make herself lunch. It's like a prisoner. That's how I feel.
Well, we're on the final stretch. You know what it's like? Everyone's in there. It's like a fast food restaurant. We got electricians, we have painters, we have us. We're gonna do tile, backsplash. I mean, we gotta get everything done because we're trying to get them back in the house.
Nice fit. You guys just wing that, or did you measure it? You just guessed that, eh? This is what I like, true professionalism. It's a perfect fit. It actually so tight that they actually had to sort of squeeze it in perfectly square in order for it to work. You even look at this joint right here. Now look at that seam. These measurements are so precise, that seam disappears. It looks like it's one seamless countertop. Very well done.
I think everyone knows I'm about what's behind the wall, but you need to pay attention to the finishing. And it's all about craftsmanship, doing trim properly, how you finish off your caulking in the corners of the trim so you can paint it. If you make it look really good, it feels really good. You don't want to do all that work behind it, and then it looks ugly by cutting corners in front of it. This is really all about a perfect transition. I mean, look at our floor height compared to the original. This is right directly over the sheathing. For our tile, based on the old structure here, we had to put down a second layer of sheathing, 5/8 tongue and groove, and then a beautiful bed for the tile. We want to make sure that this tile never cracks, never fails. So I want a transition that brings us down nice and smooth so you never stub your toes. Unfortunately, a lot of people will just nail it, tack it down. And what's going to happen is, if you use the gun like we always do, this is only common nails. So the more you walk over it, you can actually manipulate it and move it. So this will tack it in place. The glue will bond it. Patience is a virtue. One of the most important finishing steps in any renovation or repair is the caulking. And again, homeowners don't think too much about it. But did you know that 30% of heat loss in all homes are due to drafts from damage or missing caulking around the doors and windows? Even a small gap around a door frame can let in as much air as leaving your window open 4 inches all winter. Think about that. It's now costing you much more money to heat your home. Caulking is applied wherever 2 materials meet. It's actually pretty simple to do, and the cost-cutting benefits are huge. Walk around your house and look for areas where caulking is cracking or missing entirely. old caulking must be removed before applying new caulking. There are also different types of caulking, so do your research. Exterior caulking should be rubberized, which means it's flexible and it allows for movement as your house continues to expand and contract. I use low expansion foam around windows and doors that will fill those gaps, but not put too much pressure on the frames. A little caulking goes a long way to protecting the structure of your home and saving you money, so make it right.
You know, we have 4 painters in here. We're trying to move as fast as we can. And since it's so humid, everything's taking a little longer to dry, which only extends our day. But we ultimately want to get 3 coats on pretty much everything.
Sherry, if you can, I want you to finish this whole area here. Then I'm gonna go this way, then I'll return. I'm gonna wash this and then wash my way back.
Okay.
Well, Sherry's done this enough. She knows that when we do the grouting, what we want to make sure is we fill the back side. Normally, what you want to do is wipe it 2 ways, up and down, across, as much as you can. This is where it really builds up the forearms. I love this as a nice exercise, Sherry.
That's what girls want. We want giant forearms.
Once you start to get a glaze on it, you can actually probably start washing in an area of 15 to 30 minutes. So it's a trick. It's a real technique to sponging your grout, because the first thing you want to do is make sure your grout's in. The second, you don't want to pull it out. It's sort of like wash on, wash off. And just do it lightly. Take the top part off. You leave just the right amount of moisture in the sponge. You can start to see it take shape. Good. Isn't that nice? That's some life. She's gonna fall over. Amazing what a little bit of planting, landscaping, trees, and a little bit of deck love makes a difference. The mulch, I don't think too many people know that mulch serves 3 purposes. 1, it looks really good.
Looks great.
Looks really good. 2, holds that moisture for the garden area. And we want to hold that moisture, don't allow it to dry out.
Very
3,
good. Oh, keeps the weeds down.
Keeps the weeds down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trees, tell me about the trees.
Okay, we got some pears, nice and tall.
Pears? They're pear trees.
Yes, sir. So they're gonna grow nice and tall, they're gonna get thick, they're gonna black out anything that's there. So by end of the summer, you'll get full coverage. By the end of next summer, you won't even know you have a neighbor.
And when they grow, I can come back and have a pear.
Not a fruit tree. Not a fruit tree. So.
I'm learning all kinds of tiger lilies, dragon's breath. It's like dragon's breath doesn't breathe fire and pear trees don't grow pears.
Unfortunately.
John came in the backyard, simple little garden, simple flower hangers, couple of nice trees. They're pear trees that don't grow pears, which I'm still trying to get over that thought. The cherry trees grow pears. I'm kidding.
Okay.
And the idea of the trees is real simple. Give that camouflage in between the two that they don't have to correspond anymore. When you add these little things, look what it does. It feels good. I'm learning more and more. This is not easy, but I like doing it. Dragon's breath. Who calls a flower dragon's breath?
Oh my God!
It doesn't feel like you're doing anything.
No.
It's not really.
It does on my side.
Someone scratch my back?
No!
Oh.
Help me.
Okay, thank you.
Help me.
Oh, that feels better.
No.
What? Why is there an obstruction there?
I'm at the back.
Oh, you know what? It's gonna stick out a little bit. Let's leave it.
Hello? Help.
You know, I gotta tell you, I tried to meet your neighbor. I tried to talk to him, and it seems every time I'm here, he's not. However, I did have some people of mine talk to him. He's saying it hurt him, and he feels really bad, and he wants to make sure he gives you money back. That's what I heard.
Oh. Well, I'm really glad to hear that.
It's a shame he's right next door, but just ignore him. It's done. We've completed everything. It looks beautiful. I want to take you in to see it.
Yeah.
You can let it go. Just let it go. Today is all about family again. Forget about it. It's done. Everything's fixed. Not only is everything fixed, there's more done. And that's just because we wanted to throw in a little more love from us to them.
Everything is just behind now.
We have the future now.
Going forward.
Yeah. It's
going forward.
nice.
My goodness.
What? This is your kitchen.
Oh my gosh, it's been painted.
Oh, wait a minute. This was your kitchen.
Oh my gosh. I love the tiles.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Okay, so how could I leave your old tile after doing a brand new kitchen? How could I leave it? I couldn't. But what did that mean? That means pulling everything up, doing a proper subfloor, laying tile, thresholds, all new baseboard, all new casing, cutting all the doors down. That's just out here.
Oh, new lights.
Oh my god.
You excite
New
easy.
light fixtures.
Wow, if you like this, wait till you see the kitchen.
It's sorry, like, Mom, look at the kitchen. You have a kitchen?
I have a kitchen.
Oh my god.
I have cupboards.
That's like out of a magazine. Yeah. And it's gonna be in your house.
No. Ah, Daniela!
After about 200 plus reveals, I don't think I've ever had two women scream so much in my life. I mean, normally I'm explaining what's behind the walls, what we had to do, and I just went, enjoy, because they loved it.
More than I ever dream.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
That wall was easy to come down because it was not a load-bearing wall.
Oh my God.
So my idea was to put a peninsula, obviously 2 chairs, you'd have a nice serving area. Now the family comes in, right? And now you see them, they talk.
Yeah.
The kitchen should never be a box that you can't see.
I know. I hated that.
The countertop, and this is beautiful, this is 100%
What does that
non-porous. It'll never absorb.
Because remember, the whole reason we started doing the kitchen was because the counter was rotting through. Now this will never absorb water. I love it. It's beautiful.
You know, we did so much other work in your house, I'm not even gonna talk about it. This is just about a good day.
You can see there was a lot of love
and thought into every detail.
Yes, that went into this work.
Shows how much they care about their work.
And I tell you, Mike and his crew will be blessed.
Yeah.
They will be blessed.
This whole ordeal caused a slight issue between you both, right? You moved out.
I know.
So we did something extra. We wanted to do the backyard to bring you all back together again.
I hope so. We'll get together.
So how would you like to see the backyard?
Oh, I would love
Let's
to.
go in the backyard. Things are getting back to normal, so it's good. It's good.
I thank Mike for that.
There's lights. There's lights.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Okay, this is just a whole lot of love from my guys to you. They wanted to dress it up. Obviously, we ripped the whole roof off, redid it, gave you lights, created a little more structure so we have lateral, because that's really important.
Right.
We stained everything. These are LED lights. We gave you the full privacy on this end to give it back to you. You have trees on this side, and on the other side of this, if you look through, they're pear trees that do not grow pears. It's the style of tree. They just grow nice and bushy. So what happens is...
You won't be able to see us.
Yes.
I can't believe that somebody has such a big heart that can hear that somebody is in trouble and need help, and without even a question, come out and do it.
This is John, my landscaper, wanting to add a little love for you, too.
Oh my God, look how different it looks. I feel like it's a dream. Like, this is crazy good.
Better pinch me and wake me up, because I tell you, this is unbelievable.
We're done. Now, I want you to get your family back together. I want you to bring everybody in.
For Mike to give us our kitchen back, which is like giving us a place for us to grow our family relationships back together again. And that's priceless. That's more than anyone could ask for.
I've said it for years. Don't hire a fence guy to do your roof. Don't hire an electrician to do your plumber. Don't hire your family. Don't hire someone you know. And definitely don't hire a neighbor, because if things turn upside down, you're all of a sudden not friends anymore. And you're better to have neighbors as friends than enemies.
Oh my God, I can hear that from over there. Ouch.
This was more than we ever imagined. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Oh, I wish I could just kiss you all.
Here, you know what? I'll kiss you.
Oh, all right.
You know, I get it. When someone is building two ginormous houses beside your house, not only do you go through the pain and anguish of time, of dirt, of noise, but on top, all of a sudden, things appear to start happening to you.
Definite flooding in the basement.
Our damage to our property was as a result of their construction project. What a mess. Somebody's really messed this house up electrically.
To have someone have such a big heart who just wants to help people who have been taken advantage of or who are in trouble. You know, you don't find that every day.
I'm taking this show to a whole new level. This fan favorite episode of Holmes Makes It Right has been retooled. I'll take a deeper dive into construction issues and provide you, the viewers, with even more valuable and pragmatic takeaways, as well as never-before-seen footage. So let's make it right. Hello, you must be Nel.
I am.
Hi, Nel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good start.
Thank you for coming.
Tom? Mr. Holmes, how are you? Pleasure to meet you.
That's
our pleasure. Hey, I'll get you to come outside if you don't mind.
Sure.
This is a beautiful neighborhood. Nel and Tom and their two kids have been living in this neighborhood for about 10 years. Very mature neighborhood, and all of a sudden feeling the pressure because of two big houses that were custom built right beside them, almost sandwiching them in. Every once in a while, I get called in to be the referee. I mean, think about it. There's two houses side by side. One's a huge, huge custom home. Problems start to arise.
I remember the first day that we discovered the flood.
You can see the darkness on the carpet as the waters come in.
I immediately thought of what had to be done and the money that had to be spent. The waterproofing, the gutting, the loss of the basement, the loss of space.
Just to show our first look at what we're going to be ripping up here.
I couldn't stop being emotional. I couldn't stop crying. And my 12-year-old came up to me and put his arms around me and said, "You know, Mom, it's going to be okay."
Water there.
People, either homeowners or developers, are buying up bungalows and tearing them down and putting up estate homes. These people come in next door, they excavate, they build, they do what they do, and now we have a problem.
Got two downspouts at the rear of the house.
I immediately started documenting everything.
Two more downspouts, again, angled right to our property.
There was a large storm.
I'm putting some little cedar leaves into the water just to show the flow of the water.
And you could see the water draining from their downspouts. As soon as it exited, it would curl and rush towards our backyard. We had, I would say, approximately 4 to 5 inches of water and slush pooling. Water was now up against the foundation. The damage was extensive.
Maybe the builder should be talking to the homeowner beside them to say, this is what we're doing. Do you have any concerns? How can I work with you? And vice versa. That means the homeowner should be talking to the builder.
The first words that we uttered to the builder and said, we have water damage, and he hung up on us. I don't know how else to describe it, but he was giving us the finger.
So being the referee means I'm going to step in and say, who's at fault here, and what do we have to do to fix it?
If he says they're not at fault, then that's a blow to us and our lawsuit. But at the same token, I think that we have the relief that he's going to fix it.
Water, the good, the bad, and the money. We certainly need water to survive, but it's the enemy when it comes to the structural integrity of your home. Obviously, the goal is to keep the water out of your house. But if the water gets in, there are warning signs to look for, such as wood rot, seeing dark patches on walls and ceilings, noticing a mildew smell, deteriorating brick and stone, peeling paint and wallpaper, condensation on your windows, and of course, having actual water right in your basement. Now it's time to figure out where the water is coming from so you can resolve the issue at the point of entry. There are many ways water can enter your home, from leaks in the roof system to cracks in the foundation, caulking issues, leaks around the windows and doors, sump pump or sewage backup, pipes bursting, clogged gutters, improper grading, and on and on. Water can travel a long distance and find a path of least resistance. It will run right along a horizontal surface until a point where it's able to drip down. So its point of entry could come all the way down from the roof. If the source of water penetration isn't immediately clear, you can hire a home inspector who will be able to identify areas of moisture with a thermographic camera. You need to address water issues right away, or the damage to structure will only get worse. How long you been here?
Approximately 10 years.
10 years, and you never had a leak at all in 10 years on your foundation?
Never. It's been completely maintenance-free.
We do have cracking issues here. I can see it at the window, so I'm gonna look for any path that is gonna come in. That's one of them right there. Now, when you look at a cinder block foundation, this is like a champagne glass. Have you ever piled up champagne glasses and pour your champagne in the top and it trickles down all to fill the other glasses?
Right.
The same effect with a cinder block wall is going to happen that way, and it will find a way to get in if it gets through into the block. Part of what I believe in is to educate everyone. Well, what's wrong with the house? What do you need to do? How to maintain your home? And speaking of maintaining, is that the problem with this house? That home is over 60 years old. Is water coming off the other house and coming into their home simply because a big home was built there? Or is it as simple as a maintenance issue on your own home? I'll find out.
This is where most of the water was here. Again, about 4 to 5 inches of water and slush.
Their property starts to run down to the back, which should actually run water that way. This just appears to be a pooling area here. Don't like that pine tree so close to your house. They have a tendency to put their roots and fingers right down into the weeping tile, block the weeping tile. It doesn't do its job to get out back to the street, and what happens is it starts to push its way back up and possibly get into the house. The window is right at grade, so that's another area that can actually penetrate. You need a little bit of ground maintenance here. You're rotting out on your bottom bed here. You're rotting out on these poles here. Just walking around with Tom and Nell, it was really clear to me. I could see why water can come into the house. I mean, there's no window wells around the windows. The windows are right at grade to the home. It's a cinder block home. They crack easy. I love cinder block, but what if there's a crack in the foundation? Water comes in. If you have windows at or below grade, you're really gonna need a window well. It will collect standing water and direct it down through a vertical drain pipe to weeping tile at the footings, which then carries the water right away from the foundation. I like to see about 6 to 8 inches of gravel evenly distributed 6 to 8 inches from the bottom of the window. You need to keep the wells clear of snow and leaves so the water can drain properly. Window wells are an important line of defense against water infiltration into your home, so make it right. At this point right now, I've seen enough, and I can see areas that are penetrating your home. That is a definite, and I'd love to see downstairs if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Okay, so who opened up the wall?
I did.
Okay, the first thing that I see is that block.
Yes.
And that block has continued to crack down the foundation. You've got an issue of water coming in at the window. There's no window well at that window. There's no window well at this window. So there's no controlling of water. And if water can run, it can come in here. Did you call your insurance company when this flooded?
Yes.
Let me guess, because I know the rules. Insurance company says it's leaking from the foundation, there's no insurance.
Exactly. They said it was a maintenance issue, this was seepage. And we disagreed.
Do you know why they do that?
So they don't have to pay us.
Well, I'm telling you that approximately 80% of the houses leak into the foundation. Right. So if they insured leakage from the foundation, they'd go bankrupt because they'd be constantly called, fixing problems, and would never end. Insurance is for, and I mean, I'm sure if you flooded the bathroom or you did anything else, that's a dummy thing, right? They're gonna come in and fix it. Or if a pipe froze and it burst, they're gonna come in, they're gonna fix it because that's what you're insured for.
We've been lucky that he's coming in to fix the problem. He's gonna make it right and gives us that peace of mind. And we gotta let this go and move on. So the first flooding that we discovered on the 21st of February, it started around here.
He's going to help us, and we know that he's going to let us know what the problem is, and he's just going to make it right for us.
So here's the story. First starts with a leak right here.
Wow, so this is from probably their tamping, their foundation, when they were doing all that, because that house is, what, 10 feet away at
There's
the
a
most?
crack in the foundation that's been there for years.
Yeah.
So that means the crack's here, the crack's on the other side, and you look at the way the side of this house is done, it's the area that water's gonna infiltrate.
Right.
So at a freezing time and a lot of rain coming, water runs across the top of the ground instead of being absorbed into it and ran in here. The water obviously wicked right out to the whole floor.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's look at this now. The basement's half decent.
Yeah.
It's still in great shape. It's a cinder block home.
There's no smell of mold down here?
There's no smell of mold.
No.
I don't want to gut the whole basement.
Right.
We're addressing the foundation from the outside. We're going to repair this area. So should I drop everything? No.
Not if it's good.
So we'll take down the outside wall, the outside wall, the outside wall at this point, see what we look at, whether or not we go further in that room,
Right.
because there's no water in there, and they're going to waterproof it.
Okay.
Okay,
So we're not going in that room either? There's no sense, right?
No, let's just go with carpet. We're going to repair the areas, because there's nothing really wrong with this house other than stopping the water from coming in. Let's work from the outside and correct the inside.
Gotcha, man.
Well, we can see here.
They've parged it.
They parged it in some foundation coating, and in its day, that was the premium package. That was all out for its time, what they've done here. You know, a lot of homes of this age, some of them have just got a thin coat of foundation coating, which is essentially black paint. It will help deter the moisture into the block, but it won't stop any water.
Parging is a coating of mortar that is applied to the visible part of the foundation that adds more than just aesthetic value to the house. It hides surface imperfections and is a water-resistant barrier. It's not waterproof, but it does add a line of defense against elements like rain, snow, wind, and fluctuating temperatures. Another layer of protection for the exterior envelope of your home is always a good thing. And actually, I want to clean up that backyard to make it look good for the two kids. It hasn't been, let's call it, manicured. Bringing the right guys will make a difference. That's what John does. He's really good at this. Now, what a foolish thing to do. As much as that looks so beautiful, let's put it right beside the house so the homeowner takes a hose and waters the side of the house.
The wood's gonna rot. The rot's gonna stay. It's gonna stay on the block.
So I want that to come out.
Okay.
You can tell the way the grass is that we've got a lot of issues, and I don't know if it's a maintenance issue, but more than anything, a grading issue.
Yes. Let's get this open for the kids. They'll have their deck space. They'll have their walking space. They'll have a nice bright lawn. We'll get some of these trees trimmed back here and bring a bit more light in.
Look at the bottom of that window right there.
Yeah.
Crack in the foundation. Another one right there. Is that a clay weeper? Yeah?
We found 0 gravel on the weeper. So with this fine sand and no gravel, that's worst case scenario, too.
Well, that means one good thing. The sandy soil is going to give great drainage, but it's going to block the weeper.
Yeah. Well, what happens with the old clay weeping tile system is these terracotta tiles, they just sit right beside each other. There might be a ½ centimeter gap in between them. So you take a fine granular sand like this, and it's just gonna filter its way through there. The sediment's gonna fill right up, and then the weeping tile doesn't drain as fast as it did.
So you're gonna assume the weeper's not even working?
Yeah, it's not, I wouldn't make a new connection to any lines if this weeper's not doing its job.
So if I get Martin to come in here and run, just to scope it down, just to see if roots are in it already, that's not a bad idea.
Video camera will tell us exactly what we're up against. So far, actually, the weeping tile is in a pretty good condition up until that point. I'm at 41 feet, and I have actually a large offset in a clay pipe. It's at the joint. The water was seeping into the ground, and the stability of the pipe was compromised, creating a large gap and opening, obviously allowing some of that water to escape out of that weeping tile and perhaps impacting the wall. That's why we have issues in the basement. And this locator will actually tell me where the head of the camera is located with a reference to the house. It will tell me the exact location and the depth. It's actually pinpointing a signal right here where the signal is most powerful. And I'm getting a depth of just under 5 feet. And considering that we need to obviously expose this entire side wall and waterproof it, this will be ideal time to rectify this problem as well as any other deficiencies that we come across.
Demo day is actually fun day. This is the day that we get to wreck things. I mean, who doesn't like wrecking things?
Hey, boys!
I've got another one.
One thing they should have never missed.
I just found a massive hole in the wall. And this is definitely below grade. Yeah, it's moist in there. Okay. Now, this is what I don't like about some of the common building practices that are still in use today. Making holes in your outside cinder block wall to fit a plug. Now, if they had used a proper 2x4 wall here, getting their proper R value, they wouldn't have had the issue with going into the block. So we know they've strapped this wall, which means they've strapped the rest of the walls here, which means they've created holes for their electrical boxes everywhere.
After further investigation of the house, I gotta tell you, the two big boys beside them were not entirely at fault for the problems. I mean, I found holes in the foundation, cracks right down to the floor. I even found a clear hole that I could see through. And this is just the beginning. There's more.
The guy put foil tape around this one so it can conduct better. This is the proper way to make a fire. This guy must have been to some kind of organization where they taught him how to make fire with aluminum.
That's not this one.
No, so I didn't like that. I don't like that.
I guess not.
So, quick question.
Yes?
Do you think we should take down the ceiling?
Why should we drop the ceiling, Mr. Bennett?
I know why we have to drop the ceiling, but it's the electrical.
What about HVAC?
That too, because we don't know how they tied this in.
We don't have a register over the window. We don't have a register over the window. We have a register in the middle of the room.
And look at this. This was hidden in the ceiling too, Mike. That was in the bulkhead, closed, no access panel to that, okay?
Brilliant.
I know.
How do you shut the water off? You don't. Drop the ceiling. I think sometimes people are just under the assumption Mike's coming in, he's gonna rip everything apart, he's gonna make the whole house new again. Look, there's a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to keep the family out of the house. Two, if it's not broke, I'm not gonna fix it, right? I fix what's broke. I'm here to make it right. If the basement needs to be replaced, I'm gonna fix it. That's it. You see that another little wasp nest? He's making sure no other bugs, wasps, because you literally follow him, he'll zap anything in the area.
You get out of here. We're working here.
He said that. Not me.
I'd like Mike to show this story so that people know what to look for when they're in our situation and when they're in a neighborhood where there are new homes going up and where there's huge excavation and remodeling taking place.
As homes transfer from owner to owner over the years and people hire landscapers, a lot of times the grade gets built up.
That's exactly what they've done. This used to be a lower grade, and that brick should never be underground.
It takes the moisture in, it goes into the frost cycle, and it starts the spalling process, which we can see now, the face of the brick.
You're supposed to have 8 inches, minimum 6, but 8 inches of foundation above grade. So we have 2 rows of brick below grade.
We are going to put a coating over the brick, and then we're going to put our waterproofing membranes over the parge coating, so we'll have it from grade level down to the footing like it's supposed to be.
The first step in repairing the foundation is to grind out those cracks and expand the holes. Then when we put in the hydraulic cement, it actually gets right in there. When it dries, it expands to a closed area. Now I know it's a much bigger job to waterproof from the outside in. The excavation around the perimeter of the basement must go all the way down to the footings. That's a lot of digging. But doesn't it make sense to stop water at the source and not wait for it to get in and then have to deal with it? Once the cracks have been filled, a multi-layer membrane system is applied from the footings to just above grade. A dimpled membrane protects the coating. It's flexible and lets the foundation walls breathe. The dimples are placed away from structure. They keep the backfilled soil away from the foundation and create an air gap so any moisture will condensate outward and then drain downwards. Now we're removing the old clay pipe, which was much more susceptible to cracks and breakage, especially with the weight of the earth over top of it. So we're replacing it with a pipe. A cloth or sock covers the pipe to filter any water. A layer of 3/4-inch clear gravel goes right over the new weeping tile at the footings and helps with drainage. And yes, I get it. This is spending quite a bit of time, disruption, and money on something that you never see. There's no wow factor, but there's something better. It's called peace of mind, knowing that your foundation is waterproofed and your house is protected.
Okay, so here's what I wanted to ask you. I understand, like, you don't like the water running down in here, but what if we just lost this?
If we pull this shrub out, those shrubs out, and we build, you know, a nice little unit with just a pitch roof, follow it in, and then tie it right back into the straight, it's gonna give a design. Again, the privacy lattice on this side. That's gone, the bushes are gone. Now this becomes, in a way, a focal point, and we do what? We stop the water from even touching the stairs.
Okay, the pergola here. Now, I was looking at that.
Pergola.
Well, whatever you want to call this bloody thing.
We'll call
over
it a
here.
pergola.
I like it. It doesn't bother me.
I
The
don't
only problem
mind
is
this.
that.
This is because it gives great privacy on the side here.
Now, what about these posts?
But these are
here?
pressure-treated posts.
See, these posts have to be brought in, right?
Yeah, that was obviously done by someone that's not smart enough.
Maybe just replace that one post because of the rod, eh?
Well, just that one? Look at the other one.
No, I like that one. All right, I'm replacing 2 posts. And what we'll do is we'll just rip this down first, and then we'll come up with a plan on how to build it. We all took it down really easily. I mean, the way they built it wasn't great. They built wood right onto the actual sills, allowing water to suck right in. So it came up easy. What we're gonna do is we're gonna rip all this out. We're gonna get rid of all that, so you could place the post wherever you really want here. This is a good reason why this thing had to come down. I mean, this was all pressed in together with other wood. It just saturated up the water right from the ground. I mean, we don't have anything with saddles. These should be sitting in saddles to keep it at least 1/8 of an inch off the ground so that water's just not sucking right up through it. And that's why you can see all the bottom of these posts are disintegrating. Now, do you think there's any structure support there? I don't think so. So every basement needs R12 insulation by code. Now what we're using is a comfort board on the walls first. It's gonna give us an R6 on the walls. We're then gonna stud with a 2x4 in front of it. Have Frank run his electrical, have Martin do any plumbing or HVAC from Gary if we need to. Then we're gonna use an R14 insulation in between the studs to a cumulative R value of R20 in the basement. Guys, this is why we tore down the ceiling. Look at this. We have an open junction right there.
Jeez, you weren't kidding, eh?
First time I see it, right?
There's one here.
You got another one there. You got one here. You got one here. Another open junction here with just taped lines. What a mess. Somebody's really messed this house up electrically.
Wet armpit time. It's wet armpit time. anyone would be dead but the boss.
Take a good look at that. Is there a hole at the back of the box? Yeah. Go ahead, stick your finger in there. No? Bringing in the team, I want to have fun with them. I'm not going to let her get electrocuted. She's my daughter.
The next 4 days is going to be all about the electricians. Whatever they need, we're going to do because we have 4 days to rewire this house.
They're taking down the ceiling. They found over 15 junction boxes in that small little area, which led us up to here, which has found more issues. We had this counter plug that was here. It was picking up the dishwasher. That's a no-no. Counter plug has to be a counter plug. A lot of incorrect things up here. Right away, I got a 1-wire switch. I got a 1-wire light. There should be in one of these boxes 2 wires. There's not. There's a junction box somewhere.
Electricity is a shock and fire hazard. Electrical work is not an afternoon DIY project. A junction box is a housing that protects a connection of 2 or more wires carrying electrical current. It distributes power from one location to another, while keeping dirt and moisture away from the wires and containing any heat or sparks if there's a short circuit. In other words, it's a very important safety barrier that keeps people away from live electrical connections. Junction boxes must be installed so they're easy to locate and accessible. Burying them behind walls and in ceilings is against code, dangerous, and impractical. Think about it. Dangerous because if a line comes loose and any arcing happens inside that junction box, you won't know where it is. Could there be an electrical fire? Absolutely. Impractical because if you're renovating and you're adding some pod lights to your kitchen or a ceiling fan in the living room, making connections to junction boxes will be required. But if they're hidden behind walls, that's a big problem. The previous electrician will know where they are, but the next electrician won't. When electrical work needs to be done, hire electricians who are licensed and certified. In fact, ask to see an electrician's license. Make sure that the permits get pulled and are followed up by proper inspections. Your electrician will have the knowledge to find the best places to install those junction boxes that are required, such as in a drop ceiling or in an access panel that can be hidden but still accessible. Don't take chances with the electrical work in your home. Hire a professional.
So downstairs in the basement, we clearly saw lots of junction boxes. When you come upstairs and you start looking around the wiring upstairs, it's no different. We're finding junction boxes everywhere, which has turned this house into a rewire. The rewire portion is a very big job. As you can see, the amount of damage that we need to make in order to get the wires from A to B. It's holes everywhere. We're turning your house into Swiss cheese. The drill bits that we're using, like you take bits that are 5 feet long. How are you gonna end up getting these bits through? You have to make the holes.
Using a longer drill bit means we can go further through more studs, means less holes and less repairs. I've heard it a lot where the cost to rewire a house is a huge expense. Well, think about it. You gotta break holes everywhere in the house, especially in an older home, to run all new lines again, and that means repairs. That's a large amount of dough to run new electrical, not to mention, you gotta drywall it, plaster it, prime it, paint it.
And try to match the color. We're gonna take samples like this to the paint store and having the paint store match the same color. By matching the same color, they're only gonna have to paint this wall, not the entire room. So using our head ahead of time saves a lot of time down the road.
Now, from this main floor, now I gotta go up into the attic. I gotta make sure all these pot lights are done correctly. Are they rated for installation? Do they have a vapor barrier over them? Do they have proper connectors? Of course, hottest day of the year, gotta go in the attic. What do we find up there? Found junction boxes. A few of them that are like 3 feet apart from each other. It's a wiring mess, wires everywhere. The pot lights, they're garbage, they're cheap. They actually have the vapor barriers that are supposed to be over the pot lights. They're just laying around in the attic, not doing what they're supposed to do.
When you go into the attic and we find a junction box, do we leave it accessible? Is it by code? Sure, leave it accessible. In the attic? No, let's just rewire it, do it right. We're gonna make holes while we get here, but at the end of the day, they're gonna end up having a safer home, no junction points, night and day to what we've actually come into.
So here's a good example of not doing concrete the proper way. You see, they tried to put some rebar thinking that it was gonna strengthen this pad. But if you just drop the rebar on the gravel and pour the concrete on top, it's not gonna do anything. This should have taken me half an hour, 40 minutes to break out. It literally took me 5 minutes. And all they had to do was just raise this a couple of inches, and this thing would have lasted forever. Look at this. They use an old gate for it to strengthen this. Now, mind you, it would have worked if it was in the concrete, but what a bunch of junk.
I'm always looking for heating and air conditioning issues, right?
Yeah.
So one right off the bat, I don't see them.
Yeah.
I don't see a return down here.
Just sloppy.
Sloppy mess, right? But we can fix it. That's not a problem. Let me take a look at the rest of the house, and
Let me know.
we'll go from there.
Don't scare me, buddy.
Gary confirmed everything we knew already. Heat registers were too far away from the windows. That means opening up the bulkheads, dropping the ceilings, running all new ductwork, just to have proper air movement. Come on.
This job started off small. It's a whole home rewired.
Next steps is gonna be insulation and drywall. Once Frank's done today, it's full bore ahead back in that basement to get it done. You know what, mudding is like the final coat. It's the final thing before you put on paint. You make it look really good, and that's how your house is gonna look.
Need some grapes. Some grapes? Oh, a bottle of wine, too?
We're grateful he's here because him and his crew, they're taking a big weight off our shoulders. Again, this has been, since February, a very, very stressful situation.
They've taken down the ceiling downstairs, which is why we had to rewire, finding more than 20 junction points of electricity throughout. I mean, we popped the ceiling in that room, in the back room. All of this is down. This was the damaged area. So what we did is we wanted to make sure that we used water-resistant, fire-resistant wood. This makes total sense to me. We don't want it to mold. By putting the comfort board directly against the foundation, that's gonna help keep the foundation stable temperature, not warm at the bottom, cool at the top. Coming out with studs, bat insulation in front of it, sound bat insulation in the ceiling. This is the way it should all be. And if you look at the color of the drywall, you're gonna clearly see that we're using a mold-resistant drywall. Everything that we do was all about one area in this house that actually probably spread this job into about, I don't know, 5 weeks? 5 weeks? Yeah, we'll get it done. Yep. I've had Carlito and Blake frame this up because you can see the way it's going to look. It's a nice cedar. We brought it up higher. We're going to make sure we take a peaked roof right out to the end, protecting the stairs. We're going to have Derek help me do the roof line. I've been there, done that. I've done hundreds of kitchens, bathrooms, additions, you name it. I've done the mudding, I've done the plumbing, I've done the electrical. I love framing. You get that? I love framing. I'm framing outside today. Because I can do this in mathematical calculations, or I can do it real fast. Just setting it up. It's gonna look really good. The whole idea was to keep it up a little higher, a little further out to protect the staircase. Not me. Not me. What's our crown on that? This is the hard part here because you have the roof line coming over and tying into the wall space. That's gonna take some wicked cutting in there. But after I get this done, that'll become easy. We're just gonna sheathe this, put up some nice cedar shingles, dress it up just a little bit, make it look really good.
I love taping because it's much quicker. I find it to be more than half as quick as brushing against your finished baseboards. So what we like to do is, you can see here there's a gap between the baseboard and the wall. We fill that with caulking. And then what you're gonna do to make sure you always get a clean line is you're gonna tape to the top edge of the caulking where it meets the wall.
Thank you for people like you and this whole organization that are here to help us.
We gotta paint everything up, clean like crazy, get some grass in the backyard. After all that's done, it's the little things, you know, the little bit, what I call lipstick and mascara, caulking, cleaning, reveal.
As much as I know the place is fixed and done right, there's also that apprehension of, oh my God, is there gonna be water in the basement? Just because we're so used to having that when we walk in.
Great day, last day, you know what it's like. We're all running, everyone's around, paint touch-ups, last minute electrical, lighting, everyone's doing the little things. Finishing the backyard. You know, we want them to be really excited when they come home. I got a little worry though. We're supposed to have a major thunderstorm later, right around the time that I'm bringing them home. 2 thumbs up if it doesn't rain. If it does, we're gonna need a whole lot of umbrellas. I know, it's raining. Come on under here, come on under here.
Seems like it's always raining around here.
Hi, Mike. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Tommy,
Thank you.
Nel.
Good to see you.
I mean, think about it. How wild is it that now we can go inside your basement? I want to start here for a reason. Does it look a little different?
Does it look a little different?
I'm just curious.
It's painted. Yeah, it's painted.
Because we had to completely rewire your house. So it's very old wiring, never been updated. Should have been probably picked up by a home inspector, you, someone. Did anyone ever tell you your electrical was not good?
No, they actually said everything was very good.
So we rewired your whole house, then plastered it, then fixed it all, obviously, then painted it, the whole house.
You know, it wasn't just a matter of them dealing with the problem. It was finding other issues and not turning a blind eye to them. Wow.
We opened up that outside wall, this outside wall, cleaned it all up, redesigned it, reran all kinds of HVAC. You had a lot of duct issues. Reran all the new electrical, restudded the outside walls. Major installation on the outside walls, fixing all the electrical, putting everything back again, rebuilding all the windows, the wood, all the trim, and then, of course, bringing in my wonderful carpet guy and redoing the carpet.
It's great. It felt like a whole new basement. It was inviting, it was warm, it was comfortable, it was beautiful, it was family home. It was a family basement now.
It poured so much rain in the last hour, I can't believe it. And we took a look outside. There's no water coming in whatsoever. All new weeping towel from that point all the way out. We did find some blockages. We did find some issues. We fixed what we need to fix. That's why it's drained. After all that rain is drained, your weeping towel is working.
Okay.
Otherwise, this would be still full of water.
Okay, that's great.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow. Does that ever look better, eh?
Oh, yeah. I took that thing down that you had. I really like this. Cedar with the copper trim all the way around it. Doesn't that
Very
look and
nice.
smell good?
It does, yeah. And the grass, we have green grass. The last time we had seen the backyard, it was nothing but puddles, really. The kids couldn't play soccer in the backyard. They couldn't go back there. Not only is the grass green, it's dry, there's no puddles, and it looks twice as big. I don't know how they did that, but it looks amazing.
And
Amazing.
salvage this, our trees, the
rebuilt
Japanese
this.
maples.
Oh, that's right, look.
So we took this completely apart because it was rotten, falling apart.
Yeah.
We kept the structure at the top because it worked. All your vertical was completely rotten out.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look
It looks
good?
like a different backyard altogether.
It looks bigger.
Wow.
It looks so much bigger.
It does. That's amazing.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
It's gorgeous.
Think your kids are gonna like to see this?
Oh, yeah.
Should we get them?
Let's get them. Can we get them?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll go get them.
Okay, you go get it.
You know, now we're home and it's the way it should be and it looks so nice and they worked so hard. It's just amazing what Mike and his crew do. It's just amazing. I don't know how else to put it.
It's really, the only way to say it is just very simply like thank you to Mike and everybody. It's a different home. It's home, and we're glad to be back, but it is different in a good way. And it's great.
You gonna play soccer now with Daddy? Yeah. Look over here. Oh, come on this side over here.
Does this look different?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Doesn't that look amazing?
Maintaining your home is really important because it wasn't just the foundation. We had electrical problems, we had HVAC problems. We actually had a lot of problems. Your home is where you live. It's where your kids are. And if you really don't look into it and protect it from the outside, the inside becomes such a bad feeling. Nel and Tom, you could tell that pain just fell off them when they came in the house. So you can tell in the smile. You can tell the pressure's gone.
Bring on the rain.
We're
Doesn't matter now.
We're fortified. Yeah, we're fortified. It can rain all at once now. And,
Not an issue.
No
great.
concerns.
It's great.
One more thing we found on the front. Actually, we went over the front already, didn't we? I'm hallucinating. I really got to get out of here.
Come on, you'll love them.